What's up guys, David here, and a really cool new feature on the Galaxy Note 7 is the phone's ability to scale its native 2K resolution all the way down to either 1080p like on the OnePlus 3 or even 720p like on the iPhone 6s. Now obviously Samsung's main intention with this feature is to help improve battery life, as more pixels leads to more power consumption, so by lowering the resolution in theory you should be able to save yourself some juice, hence why it's under the power saving mode in the settings. However, what's interesting is you have the ability to customize this mode now, and you could actually lower the resolution while not affecting the CPU performance. So you leave the CPU unaffected, but you do lower the resolution, which begs the question, will the 720p Note 7 perform better than the Note 7 at the regular 2K resolution? Well, that is exactly what we're going to be testing here in this video. We're going to be seeing whether or not the lower resolution actually makes a difference, and if so, how much. But before we get into it, I want to give a big shout out to Braintree Payments for making this video possible. So developing your own mobile app can be complex, but integrating your own payment option doesn't have to be. With Braintree, your business can accept nearly every type of payment from any device with just one integration. Everything from pesos to PayPal to Android Pay or whatever new payment option comes next. Braintree's simple, flexible SDKs make your job and your payments easier. Learn more at braintreepayments.com/PhoneBuff. Alright, let's get right into it. Alright, so on your left you have the Galaxy Note 7 running at its native 2K resolution, and on your right is the Note 7 scaled down to 720p. So in the first row of system apps, there is no separation between the two, with both phones performing almost identically. And so far here in the second row, the phones look like mirror images of each other, with each phone loading up Subway Surfers at pretty much the same exact rate. So somewhat surprising results, as you'd expect there to be at least some differences when loading up a game, but we'll see what happens here in Angry Birds. And yeah, again, the lower resolution, at least the way Samsung has implemented it here, hasn't made a difference yet. As both phones start working on Smash Hit, it looks like the 720p Note 7 has actually pulled ahead and moves on to Photoshop Mix. So there you go, there's the first app that the lower resolution has seemed to load faster, but it wasn't by much, as the 2K Note 7 is right behind the 720p Note 7, with both phones struggling here to load up Photoshop Mix. So we'll see if the 720p Note 7 could add on to its lead that it gained from Smash Hit. And no, the opposite actually happens, with the 2K Note 7 finishing first and moving on to Lapse It. So very mixed results thus far, as both phones start working on creating a time lapse from the same exact video file. Now, I don't expect either phone to have different results in this app, as the display resolution most likely won't have an impact on processing the time-lapse's frames. And yeah, from the looks of it, both are rendering the file at an identical rate, with the 2K Note 7 remaining only slightly ahead thanks to it starting a bit earlier. So at this point, I think it's somewhat safe to say that a lower display resolution, at least the way Samsung has implemented it here, doesn't make too much of a difference when it comes to the speed test. Honestly, I was expecting the biggest difference to happen in the gaming row, as that's usually where a higher resolution taxes the GPU. But as you guys saw, it didn't seem to matter all that much. Of course, we just quickly launched and jumped into the games and didn't actually play them, where a lower resolution would have likely made a bigger difference. But either way, when it comes to overall performance, the lower resolution settings on the Note 7 doesn't seem to make much of a difference. The 2K Note 7 finishes the first lap with a time of 2 minutes and 2 seconds, with the 720p Note 7 finishing 1 second later with a time of 2 minutes and 3 seconds. So obviously not enough of a difference with either to call one faster or slower. It just looks like the Note 7 performs the same regardless of what you set the resolution to. But nonetheless, if this is an accurate indication of how a natively lower resolution phone would perform, then the idea of a lower resolution being an advantage is obviously wrong. But on the other hand, it might just be that Samsung's implementation is not an accurate indication, as technically those extra pixels are still there, whereas on a natively lower resolution phone they aren't. Let me know what you guys think it is down below in the comments, but with both phones finishing the second lap within 1 second of each other again, that is it for me in this video. Thank you guys for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the very next episode.